So I just got done listening to the Girls Next Level podcast, and I thought about the time that I met Bridget Marquardt in person. Now, some of you guys definitely know her, whether you watched the show in the early 2000s or even into like paranormal things. Now, I got a chance to be on her podcast, and when I tell you the energy that she exerts in person, it's very. When I say different, I mean different from people that are not famous, but we'll get into that later. Different. Stay tuned for Holly's energy that I'll be doing in a different video. So back to Bridget. So I was on her podcast and she told me, her and her team told me about this paranormal convention in Tombstone, Arizona that happened last year. And I was like, cool, I'll check it out. My husband and I decided that we would go. Now, I do want to insert a quick little blurb about fame, you guys. So fame comes in different ways. There is fame through talent, like being an icon like Marilyn Monroe, which you can do another video on that. There's also fame through your online presence or even things that you invent or contribute to movement-wise. There's also association to things. Think of like the Kardashians, for example. You know, the whole family, they're associated with one another. You get the point here. There's also fame through politics, like presidents and people in the government become pretty famous for whatever reason. Sometimes people are not only famous for one thing, but rather multiple things, so they can exert different types of energies. Well, anyway, we were walking up to our car, we're putting things away, and we were just having a second guess about whether we should stay there or not. You know, my husband decided that we're just gonna head out of town. As we're pulling out of the parking lot, we then get into the road, we're about to turn a right. And in the center of the town, I'll show you a picture here. The center of town, there's these buildings, there's a center. Now, it's not uncommon that so many people are congregating in the center of the place because that's where they had like the little area where you can pick up your tickets and you can sign up for things. And out of nowhere, like from afar, like literally, like she's like literally towards the other side of the block. I'm in my car with my husband, we're chatting it up. But I could feel like this magnetic energy of some sort. So I'm like, no, let's walk over there because I feel like there's something going on over there. I feel like there's energy there and I just felt pretty pulled to it. So we go back to the parking lot, we park our car, we grab our stuff and walk over there. Now tell me why Miss Bridget, of course, like an icon that she is wearing this beautiful pink dress amongst a sea of people wearing darker colors. Now, I didn't see that actually from the vehicle, but funny enough that I told you already how I saw like the gold and magenta auras and like this pull to that area as I was trying to leave town. So I finally get close to her and I'm like, this is where the energy is coming from. As somebody who is in this field of being a psychic medium, you do see auras. Other people do too, though. You don't have to be like this, you know, this grand psychic medium to see them. Everyone sees them too. Someone who does this weekly, reads people weekly, is around this stuff a lot. You know, I guess I have I've seen a couple different things. Of course, I shake her hand and she recognizes who I am because I was on her podcast. So sweet. Oh my gosh, she is such a sweet person. So here's why. This is what magenta means to me and gold means to me. So gold to me is somebody that's very magnetic, right? You think of literally like the stars, like Hollywood-esque, like the things that people seek out to is gold, right? Like people see little specks. So I see like specks of gold around her energy. It's also somebody that is very talented. And if you've ever like listened to her podcast, like whether she was on Ghost Magnet or even the Girls Next Level, she is so meticulous. She's a great host. She is great. Like she's good at what she does. Magenta to me is in a way a nonconformist, which makes a lot of sense because, of course, when you think of who she is and what she's known for, she was given a spotlight in a time where it was with something that kind of could be taboo, you know, a guy with 3 women and Hugh Hefner, who was much older than they were. Also, she was wearing bright colors in a sea of people wearing darker colors. Now, auras can always change. I have met some famous people that I don't always see those same colors. I see different colors because they don't want to be perceived. They want to go under the radar. So if you want me to do more videos on the people that I've met at these red carpet premieres and movie screenings and creator events, because there are also famous creators too that I've run into, make sure that you follow.